So on another note, though, me and you were talking about this thing we saw where so what happened was PlayStation, and this happens with everybody. This is a streaming thing. Anybody who streams, this is for you. It happens with Apple all the time, especially. But the PlayStation, they ended their partnership with Discovery, and anybody who had bought things through PlayStation, that was Discovery licensed, gone. They paid for it and they can't access it no
What's on
more.
Discovery? Like,
Discovery Plus, they do like whatever. They got like all the Shark Week shit and stuff, but they also whatever. I don't know. I don't use it, but the point is, people do. Obviously, it's a big thing, and they bought their shit and they can't get it back because they ended their partnership. Now, here's the thing, though. This is the problem with streaming. Why even with games, see, I try to buy physical copies as much as possible, unless the deal is like so good that I don't mind losing it. But it's like I'm strongly against digital format and streaming. I like it, but I won't own it. Like if I'm playing like a streaming service where I can stream games without owning them, that's cool. But I will not buy a digital version of something versus the physical. Like I won't go on Amazon and buy a $15 movie to own. I'll rent it for $1.99, even if I rent it three times. Because here's why: when the streaming or digital services end their partnerships, it comes off, and it happens on PlayStation, and Xbox all the time, Apple, but nobody has really noticed it because they're like, oh, it's a game that nobody plays. Oh, it's a. But now it's like, oh, anything that we bought digital first viewing is gone now. So now people are starting to take notice. It's not like, oh, the song's gone. It's like, oh, my whole 7 seasons I bought are gone.
that's crazy.
It's my whole movie collection is gone. Versus, oh, it's one song here, one song there, a game nobody plays here. Like, so it's more noticeable now. But this has always been a thing for me: is pros and cons of streaming. Right? I love streaming. Okay, I love that we can stream anything, but you can't buy your stuff. If you're buying, don't buy it digital. A lot of people have all digital libraries,
I
bro.
have all digital library.
All so that's
Yeah,
tough.
I was looking into something that was like they were like taking it away from
They
you.
can take it away from you at any
That's
point.
crazy though, but they shouldn't be able to. Or if they're gonna do that, they if you buy it digitally, they should give you like there should be something that you could do that they email you something and you could give it like bring it in a Best Buy or whatever, and you
Get like a
can
physical
yeah get a
version.
physical version.
The stores don't even hold physical versions anymore. Dude, WWE just stopped. They said that next month they're done with at home releases. No DVDs of events anymore. That's a staple, bro. I don't like you get we gotta fight back against this. We gotta stop doing this. We gotta stop buying digitals. We need to buy physicals because there's resale value, right? There's the proprietary rights value, like the ownership, not rights, ownership. Like
But you know why everybody buys digital?
proprietary.
You know why everybody buys digital because you could game shit.
Because it's easier and you don't have to go to stores.
Well,
You
that
just hear
too,
it. Yes,
that
but,
too. But like the game shit,
but
like
think about it like this, okay?
me and my boy been game sharing for
Look,
8 years.
look. Here's the thing. For new, if you buy it off the launch, I can understand it. Like 30-30, you got the game, boom, right off day one.
Well, not even that. Like me and him, we both want like certain games. Like okay,
So
you buy
I'll
this
buy
one,
his
I
game,
buy
you buy
that
that
one.
one.
You buy this one, I
But
buy
here's
that
the
one.
thing.
So you're cutting down on the cost. No doubt it's
How many
cheaper.
how many games?
Because who sells games?
How many games do you buy day one?
I mean, I don't even really be playing that many games. Like UFC, I bought right away. Madden, I think I bought pretty much right away.
Well, there you go. So what? Less than 10% of your games are day one games.
Yeah.
The other 90% you should be buying a physical version because if you buy it pre-owned, you pay 25 versus 70, 25 or whatever. But you can buy two discs for virtually the same price.
That's true. But like, I feel like they still upcharge. Like, let's say like I buy a game a month after it comes out. I go to GameStop or whatever. I don't even know if they're still open. But I go somewhere that's selling used games. They're still gonna. How much is a game like physical copy? Like 70 these days?
Brand new.
Yeah.
That's
So
cheap.
like they're what? They're gonna give me 60, 65. They're
Why
still
would
gonna
you for what? Selling the game?
no. They're still gonna charge me that much.
when are you buying your game? That's the thing. If
Well, I'm saying like a month after, because like if you really want a game, you're not waiting more than a month.
dude, I buy games late as fuck. To be honest, a lot of people do.
Like Spider-Man, my boy bought that day one.
I haven't really bought it, but I will. I will. But why would I? At that point, why would I? Like day one is the one example. I get it, but people are just lazy too. 90% of buys that are bought on digital are bought on sales 3 years later. Don't do that. Go to your GameStop, buy it on pre-owned for $10. Have your disc. You own it forever. It'll never be taken away from you. Your kids can use it. Your grandkids can use it. You'll never lose access. Think about Chris was playing the other day, Spider-Man 1. I let him play, right? He got it. He got it off my disc. He's going to play it. He's going to buy Spider-Man 2 or Miles Morales, whatever. His PlayStation Plus ended. His files were saved on the cloud. When his PlayStation Plus ended, he couldn't play any online games, so he went to play his single player game.
Yeah.
He had to restart his data, his save game, because it was on the cloud that he had to pay for monthly. So it's the same concept. If we keep putting all of our stock value in a digital service that someone else controls and can take from us at any point, we're just throwing money down the drain.
Yeah, but
you can't resell that game. Think about it like that too. You buy a game and it's dog shit. It's dog shit. There's like a 40% chance you could come up with like a fake excuse to get a refund from the game. But a lot of times, it's not going to work. Especially if you do it more than once or twice a year. They're like, fuck that. Like games that bomb, like really bomb, they won't refund you because they know why you're refunding. So more often than not, you're going to get stuck with that cost. So it's like, let's say that all this streaming stuff goes away because there is a boom happening. I mean, think about streaming like for like Netflix, Hulu. That at this point, to build a cable program, you're spending as much as a cable program because now Netflix is $27, Hulu's $14. Bro, bro,
for real?
For real,
That's crazy.
For real, bro.
I haven't used Netflix.
It used to be, bro. I remember when Netflix was $7,
and they gave you DVDs. They don't do that shit anymore.
I think they still do DVDs, but it's like.
Blu-ray, I guess it was.
Damn, bro, no, like I wouldn't.
Are we still on Blu-ray?
And here's the thing: how about this? You want to talk about services? What about GameFly? Why isn't more people renting a subscription through GameFly? $15 a month, $16 a month, whatever. Get your game day one. Try it. If you like it, buy a pre-owned version for $40. Return it and try a new game.
I think people just.
People are lazy. They don't want to go through that extra leg, right?
Everybody's inherently lazy. Like it's just how people.
But the thing is, you're paying for it now. You're paying for it because they're gonna start taking your shit and being like, whatever. So you're losing money. You're letting them own what you bought. You're paying buy rates for rental products. It's essentially the problem. So if it's like a straight rental service like Netflix or whatever, I'm like cool with that. GameFly, cool. But if you're charging me to own a product and you're essentially it's a rental service because you could take it from me at any point. That's a problem. You're extorting me. You're making me pay 10 times the rate I should be paying. So we can't be buying that shit because it's just like GTA. You're like, that's all our fault for paying for that shit, playing it for 13 years. That's why it took that long, right? Same thing. It's all our faults for buying that shit for the sake of convenience. And it's like, cool. We pay for a lot for convenience. That's where all the cost of life comes from. And I pay it for a lot of it. I'm cool with that for certain things, right?
Yeah.
I'm cool. Like certain things, it's worth it, right? To me, I don't see the worth in that for anybody because it's actually more inconvenient that you now have to buy it a second time if you want to watch it because you lost what you already paid for. So basically, you're telling me that movie is $15. But if we don't buy enough of your shit and this licensing deal or this boardroom or this service ceases to exist, like even like the WWE, their network program, they went to Peacock, they lost half their shit. Luckily, you didn't buy shit on there, but some people did. Some people bought like pay-per-views and stuff or whatever. Or not pay-per-views, I'm thinking. Either way, the point is, if they take it from you, if their thing doesn't work out because I didn't enough of us didn't buy this into your scam, we all lose it, and you make your money back still. But we don't. We just paid for your failure. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but I feel like we're too far down the road, bro. Like nobody's gonna change.
It's not gonna go back. I
Yeah.
know. We are too far down the road. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I see that a lot with technology and things where we're too far down the road and you can't come back. And I'm like, I don't really like this.
Like AI, bro. I heard the guy who made it. He's like even scared of it.
Bro, I don't like AI.
That shit scares the shit out of me.
I don't like metaverse. I don't like.
Jack Harlow had a good line. He in a song with Drake. I forget what it's called, but he's like, "We're about to feed these youngins to the metaverse," and I was like, "Bro,
yeah,
for real, like
for real.
Soon, maybe in like 10, 20 years, all these kids are gonna be having headsets on, just in the metaverse, not even living their life."
Right, bro. It's crazy, but I think little things like this we gotta start with, like that stuff. I feel like we might be too far down the road on. But like, I was thinking about it earlier. I'm like, digital pay, right? Bro, after the pandemic, everybody has digital pay, and I preferred it even before then because of the convenience.
Bro, when someone doesn't take Apple Pay,
I'm mad.
I'm like, how?
I'm mad.
What do you mean? Who carries cash?
I'm like, this isn't 2019.
But like, you know what I saw? I saw something that said like, I don't know who I saw, but he was like, try taking $100,000 to the airport. They won't even let you take it. Like, they won't let you on the plane. They'll take it from you, assume you're a criminal.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Like, it's your money,
right?
You can't do shit with it.
Exactly.
There's a little bit of a serious shoot this shit. This is shoot the serious.
It's a real shoot on scene. That's a term in wrestling where you break the fourth wall, break the kayfabe, and you're like, this is for real, dog. Like, so this is a shoot right here.
I don't know nothing about wrestling, y'all. That's why I'm not on that podcast.
But it's like there's a real problem with tap to pay, even though I love it. The problem is that you have no cash. They're eliminating need for cash. They're eliminating cash.
There's a guy who I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know what people are cool with, but he says money isn't real. Like, and it's kind of true. Like, money isn't real. Like, they just be taking advantage of us.
That's facts. Money isn't real. That's my point. Same thing with the streaming, right? They can decide any day the US dollar doesn't exist. Everything you own doesn't value to nothing. Doesn't equivalent to shit. You got $7 million in your bank. You got 0 kryptons in your bank. This is the new value. Fuck off. You're broke or rich. Any day they can decide that. So it's the same concept. Would you be okay with that?
No.
Hell no, right? So why the fuck are we okay with buying stuff on digital that they could say you no longer have value? You no longer own it. You have 0 DVDs. I don't care how many years you paid us, thousands of dollars, whatever.
I mean, but that's like another thing. Like in the Ants movie, they say like it's like the grasshoppers versus the ants, and it's like they say something like, you got to kind of keep them in their place because if they realize how strong they are in numbers, then they have no power.
Exactly.
But
that is not from Ants, by the way. That's from A Bug's Life.
Is Ants a movie?
Yeah, it is.
Y'all knew what I was talking about. You see,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, when Hopper tells me that, but they're like, we don't need this food. They're like, they give them this, they make them get a big mountain of food where they starve, basically. All year they work to give the grasshoppers food. And they don't even need it, bro. The 1 year, they were short by a piece. And he threw the whole fucking food bin down the water and was like, and now you better fill it up with it. And it was like 1/10 of the time, or we're gonna end you all. And they were like, what the hell? Because he realized, no, we get our own food. This isn't about your food. It's about keeping you in your place. That's what you were talking about.
That's crazy. They put that in a kids movie,
bro. All the best
so
stuff
crazy
has adult stuff.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm surprised they haven't canceled that movie.
Like, My kids don't use YouTube.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I like YouTube for a lot of things. There's a lot of good things on there. I grew up.
There's a lot of good creators
I was
that'll
a
like teach you some stuff, but there's a
yeah.
lot of bullshit.
There's a lot of bullshit. Like our generation pioneered YouTube, so I'm a supporter. I'm one of the reasons it exists today the way it does. But it's like there's a lot. Like there's this one show called 1, 2, 3 Kids Go. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I don't know it.
It's on a kids channel, and like one video I was watching one day, and they were like having this kid put an iPhone in water and freeze it in in the freezer, and it like magically melted away, and it was good to go, and they used it. And I'm like, yo, this is a terrible thing to teach kids because now you're teaching them that they could go and ruin that iPhone, but it won't really ruin it. They can just magically start. So you're like teaching them that things don't like the iPhone won't fucking break.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna have some kid going to put his fucking parents' iPhone in the fucking freezer. And then they're like, well, 1, 2, 3 Kids Go set. And that kid got his ass whooped, bro, because you're putting on some stupid ass shit and putting it on the kids' channel. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I have a problem with YouTube. My kids don't watch it because there's so many stupid shit. Like, my daughter especially tries to sneak on, and I'll go review her shit. And I'll catch it. I'll pull up this video and I'll be like, you know what this means? She's like, well, um, I'm like, no. Like, that has nothing to do with what they're telling you. Like, they're that's what they're trying to get you to think it means, but then they're telling you this and that. So why are you watching shit you don't know what it means? You know what I'm saying? And you're just trying to interpret it in any way that you can, and you put that as fact. And what you got was so stupid that honestly, I lost 10 brain cells listening to you. You're gonna go do some stupid shit and hurt yourself, or hurt somebody, or do something stupid that's gonna get you grounded, or what? Because you're watching a video, you don't have the brain power or capacity to interpret properly and decipher. And if you can't interpret it properly, you're definitely not going to be able to decipher if it's bullshit or not. You're going to follow the leader.
Yeah, because as a kid, you don't understand that. Like,
You don't understand.
You don't understand that. Like you think you're like the same as an adult. But, like your brain ain't working.
Hey, like so there was a video where they were making food and then wasting it at the end. And it was like, she's like, oh, it's just a video about how you make it. And I'm like, no, it's a video about how you waste food, but not in a positive way. Like it's basically telling you, oh, we could just for the fun of it to see what happens. Let's buy $100 worth of food and waste it while there's starving kids out there and there's people broke. Dude, I ain't got no food in my fridge, and you're watching a video about wasting food because it's funny. It's not fucking funny. Don't watch that shit. You know, it's not funny. I need you to understand the value in the food and that you got to eat what's on your plate and not waste shit because it costs money. And next week you could be starving for 3 days, 4 days. You know, so I don't like that type of shit. And that's like the point of where we are. Imagine what's going on in the metaverse, bro. One time,
I was thinking about buying land in the metaverse,
dude. That's the thing, though. I thought about it originally when it first came out, but they could take it from you.
Yeah,
they could take it from you, bro.
Because you buy it with like Ethereum, right? I got some Ethereum, not much, but
I don't even know it because I didn't look too far into it because I was like, nah, they could take it from me. I stopped looking into it. And granted, yeah, there probably is value in it, right? There is value because anything that someone's willing to go.
It's gonna blow. Soon,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Maybe not soon, but it's.
But think about it.
Later,
How much money do we spend on GTA? Like people spend money on GTA for skins and cars, or Rainbow, or Call of Duty, or Fall Guys, right? We do it. We spend money on there.
Sooner or later, people are gonna be living their life. Like they'll go to work for whatever just to get food to like, but they'll be living their life through the metaverse.
Look at the role play universe right now. People want to escape from reality, so they will. They even made a Black Mirror episode about this, which is wicked.
Bro, Black Mirror is kind of like depressing.
Bro, it was super depressing. I don't even watch it. I just watched the one episode because of the topic I was interested in.
Yeah.
Dude, don't watch that show unless you want to. Like,
it's some real shit, but it's like
shit,
it's like damn.
Super, like I didn't need to know that today. Type shit. Like, but it's like yeah, they're gonna live in it, but I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't want that. Like,
that's why we need the single income back, you know, so that like the parents are actually raising their kids instead of the instead of the schools
or the
and
internet, or like,
teachers
yeah,
and
that's the thing is
these
nobody
the influencers. Everybody's
everything's
raising your kids.
influence.
Everybody's raising your kids,
That's what
but
I'm
you.
getting to. Everything is like
It's a
influences
serious
you.
episode, y'all.
It's real, dude. It's for real. Everybody knows it. Everybody but the people. Everybody but you is influencing your kids. The game, the YouTube show, the book, whatever, right? So it's important that you are on top of what they're digesting, because otherwise your kid can be whatever somebody else wants them to be. And in my mind, that means we're sheep. We're subdued. We're controlled, right? So you gotta be able to be an independent thinker.
And that's what Kanye said. He made a song, "New Slaves." Like we're the new slaves. Like it's a different type, yeah. But like,
yeah, they adjusted.
In the end, like we're still doing what they want us to do.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. So honestly, we got to start thinking about the little things bigger than they seem on the surface.
Yeah,
we got to think that's the whole point of this whole rabbit hole we've been on. Rabbit hole. That's a rabbit hole, man. Because I'm rabbit, by the way. Okay. So the point is, we gotta really look past the surface, because yeah, you may look at it like, you may say, oh, who gives a shit, right? Who gives, that's such a small thing, but it's just like money. Penny, 10, 5 cent, 5 cent. And that's how they get you. That's how they milk you. They'll be like, oh, it's 5 cents here. Don't worry about it. It's $1 here. Don't worry. But
yeah, because you'll buy like a Starbucks every day. It's bro, like what, $5? $5. Okay, I'll buy it $5. What's $5 a day? $5 a day for fucking 30 days.
Come on, I got $5.
I do math for a living. I should probably know.
Bro, it's $150 for a month, for 30 days. 12 months, you're looking at $1,200, $600, $1,800 a year in $5 coffees a day.
That's crazy.
Crazy, dude. And that's the same concept. It's not just money.
This stuff's filled with all this like white sugar, and like that's terrible.
Oh, man.
It's terrible for your gut health.
They break down our bodies. As you can see, I'm an offender. Like I said, I'm an offender in all this, but I actually am like trying to do a little something about it. I think everybody should. Don't be like a weirdo that like fanatics about everything, and it's like,
I mean, everybody
Black Mirror, like, right? But like, put some more conscientious thought into what you do. Everybody, is it worth the value you really think it does?
Everybody indulges a little bit. Like, even though like I might look a little like cut or whatever, like I still not at where I should be. Like fitness is like a journey, and like it literally affects everything. Like it affects the way you feel. It affects like, man. That's a whole rabbit hole. That's a whole episode we could do on that. We could do a whole series on that, honestly.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like we should skip past that and get on to something a little less serious.
Yeah, for real. But actually, that's a good plug point though. Is we are going to be doing a fitness channel. He's already been on his journey. I fell off for like 2 years working like crazy. But
I'm like cut up, but I'm trying to get bigger.
But we're gonna try and do it like a journey from both aspects, because some people are already kind of okay, but they're like not.
We got me, the hard gainer, and we got the fat motherfucker.
But most importantly, like they don't know where to go from it.
Yeah,
they're like,
but like that's why it's
harder to get or see a result.
The first thing is just making that first step. That's how it is. Like before I started working out, like I literally told myself, like, I was sitting in my room one day and I was like depressed or whatever, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, man, like, I was low key like kind of considering like, damn, I'm just gonna be like a skinny dude like all the time. Like I'm just sitting here right now and I'm thinking, I'm like, I could be working out right now, but I don't feel like it. You're never gonna feel like it. You're not ever gonna feel like it if you're not eating good. And it's just like you don't need to make that a huge step. It's baby steps towards the goal. Like fitness is a journey. It's like a lifetime journey. You're not gonna go from eating fast food and everything to all of a sudden you're eating healthy and everything. It's baby steps. Like I think the first thing I did was I started only drinking water.
Only drinking water is very important.
And I'm not gonna lie, like
first step.
I mean, I'm not like a big drinker, but like I'll drink on the weekends, and like I'll do that. But like you gotta think about the things you're putting in your body for a reason. Okay, I'm putting like why am I eating this sugar? It's gonna be like instant gratification, but like it's not worth it.
Then
in the
you're gonna
long
feel like shit in
run.
an hour. So it's
And
like,
I'm not saying that you can't eat it at all. Like have it every once in a while. Like enjoy your life, but like you don't need to be eating and drinking all these sugary things. You should be drinking mostly water. And like if you're out and you're with some boys or friends, whatever, out with your girl, have a couple drinks. It's good, you know.
and it's okay because you're drinking all that water and you're not overindulging in it. So a couple here and there, your body is now able to counter it. But if you overdo it and you overpressure your body, now your body's dying because you're overdoing stuff. You're putting more than it's intended to battle. Your body's actually a very versatile, combative, like strong system, right? It can pretty much filter anything to a capacity. If you're putting too much sugar, well, guess what? Now every sugar you have is stuck in your body forever. If you're over fatting, same thing. Every fat you have is now stuck in your body forever because you just it
They
went
say
past the system.
sugar. They say like white sugar is more addicting than cocaine. I don't know anything about cocaine,
Yeah,
but
I
like
believe it.
I've met some of them cokeheads before,
Hey,
and they ain't doing too well. That's for sure.
look, we're doing too well with all this fat, with all these diabetes. So it's the same thing. It's like oil, like in your car. You put too much oil in your engine, it starts seeping. Now there's engine all in the cracks in your hoses, this and that. Well, now eventually it starts to make this go bad because it's inside there, right? Okay, same concept. You don't drink enough water, you're gonna end up your body's gonna shut down the line. It's you need to drink. Yeah, I'd say 90% of your drink should be water because it's gonna make you like when I drink water. Don't get me wrong, I can't stand the taste of water. I hate water. Cannot stand it. However, when I drink water, cold with ice, crisp,
I
makes
like
my.
personally, I like room temperature water.
I could drink room temperature water too if I'm like really thirsty or working out. But however you need to do it at the time, do it because when I drink water, my mouth feels wet, my eyeballs feel wet, my head feels like it's got room, like it's not tight and shrink wrapped. It like expands and like relaxes. It's like lubrication to the body. My muscles start to feel loose. I don't feel like cramps and stuff. I'm not cracking at the joints.
Yeah,
I feel better. I feel lighter. I feel like I could walk. I feel like I'm not tired and fatigued anymore. When I'm eating like shit or not drinking water, complete opposite. Complete opposite. I feel tired even though I slept a good night. In 2 hours, I'm tired. Why? This is why. Because I eat like shit.
but I think a lot of people have a problem with like they have a bad relationship with food. They look at it as like food as like, oh, it's time to enjoy myself. Like food, you should look at food when you're eating. It's like you're putting it in your body for a reason. You're trying to make your body run at the best. Like when you put oil in your car, or like when you do any type of maintenance with your car, you're trying to make it run the best as possible. And that's how you should look at food. Like I'll be sitting here craving like a piece of chocolate cake. I love chocolate. Like I'll be sitting there like craving like piece of chocolate cake or something like that. Like maybe craving some fast food. But like you gotta just have that like self discipline to most of the time. I would say like 80. I don't know. I heard someone say this 80% like whole foods, 20% you can eat like some of the bullshit. Like
I'm a big culprit of that. I'm a big culprit of when I sit down, I want to enjoy it. Like this is my moment of peace. That's a big. And my dad too. Like there was a lot of times when like
but like that's like
it's
that's an
like
American thing for sure.
yeah,
Like
but it's like it's also like it's all I got. I can't afford nothing else,
yeah.
right? So
I mean
this meal, I'm gonna everybody be quiet, and I'm just gonna enjoy this fucking
yeah.
meal. This is all I got. But that's a problem because, like I said, the body is a system, right? Think about it like a tablet, right? Any system you overindulge is gonna hurt you more. You overcharge a tablet. It wants that. It's telling you, your mind is telling you, I want this good food. The tablet's telling you it wants power. But if you overcharge it, it's gonna break. If you eat that food wrong, you're gonna break. So you gotta be able to have that discipline to tell yourself no. And if you do it enough, it's gonna get harder, and then it's gonna get easier. There's a peak, and people get to this peak, and they're starting to get hard, 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 but they never push themselves over it where it's like I'm good. Like I don't drink no pop anymore.
And that's like a first step for a lot of people trying to get on a fitness journey. Just cut the sugary drinks.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just gonna cut pop out. I wouldn't even necessarily drink Gatorade. Gatorade's not the worst drink,
And here's the thing,
but
don't
I would
buy
say
it.
mostly water and
Mostly
like.
water.
But honestly, I
The
could do
Gatorade's
a
not a
whole
great drink
episode
either.
on just how to get good water for you, because we go into a whole rabbit
You
hole
can go into like
on
water
like
balance
what they put into the water and stuff like that. But we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I think it's just I think everybody needs to practice having this one. Remember, it gets easier. It's a slope. Okay, so to push over that hurdle. Don't buy shit. If you don't buy it, you won't eat it. If you buy it, you're gonna eat it because you're not about wasting your money. I know that, right?
I saw someone say, like, don't go shopping when you're hungry.
Do not. Go
'Cause
shopping
that's when you're gonna buy all like the the hot Cheetos.
Bro, which is my next, which was another, my next issue revolving around all this is Uber Eats, bro. I do not find that convenience worth buying. I do not buy.
Expensive, bro.
Expensive, and it just gets you fat.
I got a bowl from Chipotle the other day. That shit cost me about $30,
bro,
and that's not even worth it. Like,
no,
I can afford the $30, but it's like, damn, like you do that enough times, it's gonna add up.
Bro, and it's like, bro, for $30, I can go to the store. I could buy 2 fine ass steaks. Get some asparagus, some like mushrooms, and some broccoli. Cook them up. Get them nice and soft. Have a good drink put with it or whatever. You could have like some wine or beer or whatever, and I could eat like a king right now for $30. That plate, and I could eat enough of it where it's good for me, and I could eat enough of it where I could warm it up later.
I think it would be so slightly off topic, but I think it would be really dope to get to the point where like me and like maybe like some boys were like we were like self sufficient, like we had our own like farm and like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we had some chickens, we got our own eggs, we got our own plants. Like that would be kind of dope, honestly. But that's down the road a little bit for me.
I've always my dream has always been to buy like 150 acres and just like create like an internal community amongst my family and friends that were down to do it, where we all build our own houses on the land. We build everything we need: lakes, ATV courses, all our leisure stuff, basketball course that everybody could share, right? Whatever. And then we have like, a farm area where we have our own food. We buy a couple cattle, they breed one another, whatever we want to do. But like everything is there. Everything we need is there for the most part. I want to populate the lake. I want to build a lake, a man-made lake, and populate it with fish. And then go fishing for your own food every day.
That'd be dope, honestly.
Like honestly, bro. Honestly.
That would be pretty dope.
That would be dope.
But I feel like we gotta get off the serious topic a little bit. Like
I'm with you because there's a lot of people that like this topic. Obviously, Joe Rogan does great on shit like this.
Joe Rogan,
I'm willing.
I'm willing to come on the pod.
Put me on the pod. I could get full Joey Diaz on you. Trust me.
That, bro.
They're trying to silence me around here, dude. So, but another. Let's head back over.
Back to the DLCs.